Welcome to another episode of the Headlight Restoration Pro, where I'll be showing you how to take headlights like these and turn them into these, like I did for this customer who actually happened to be a fan of the Headlight Restoration Pro, the first time ever. Let's get down to business. This vehicle is a 2004 Saab 9-5 Aero, if I'm pronouncing that right. This car does not exist anymore. They don't make this car anymore. They discontinued them around the time they discontinued Pontiac and all those other things. GM had required the licenses or the pretty much the make of this vehicle, and when they had the big budget crisis and the big downfall of the American car, they had to get rid of a couple cars, like this being one of them, Saab, and the others being like Pontiac and some other ones that they had to get rid of. So this car is very rare. This is what it looks like right here. Pretty interesting. The engine is insane. I don't have it on here, but it was pretty healthy, good-looking engine, good-looking vehicle. But let me tell you a story here. But before I tell you this story, let me show you this. And this is how he knew I was the Headlight Restoration Pro. I have a lot of business apparel for my business, and I just recently got a bunch of stuff put up or printed out for the Headlight Restoration Pro, just to kind of get my promotion out there when I'm working. Also, hopefully in the future to this year, hopefully to be having a store with merchandise like this on there for people to buy. This is quality. This is my own design. I put this together to myself and had a really good printer in my town hook it up. But check this out there. This is a sweater I did. I have other things, hoodies and long sleeve shirts and whatnot, but that's my saying right there. Let's get down to business. The Headlight Restoration Pro, now streaming on YouTube. Pretty slick little color scheme. Got a bunch of other designs too, but these ones here primarily were costed a pretty penny to get put together. So still working on some things like that, and see if I can get the cost down somehow and still maintain a lot of quality, and hopefully have some for sale soon. Well, there you have it. I was wearing this when I performed the work on this vehicle, and it was end of a hard day. I worked about 8 hours, and it was raining. You'll see here in a minute. If you can't hear it, it's raining in the background. I have an umbrella over here, and I just completed the other side. But I pull up and I have it on, and he's like, wait, oh wow, you're the Headlight Restoration Pro. And I was like, what? You know who this is? You know what this is? And he was like, yeah, man, I watch all your videos on YouTube. And, I was researching, about how to fix my headlights or whatever. And I came across your channel and was thinking about doing it myself. But I figured, I seen you and you had such great reviews. You had like 100 5-star reviews or something like that. And, I wanted to just have a professional do it, and I was going to see how good you do it compared to the Headlight Restoration Pro. So I just started laughing, and, I was really flattered, and it was really amazing that somebody, that I came across somebody who's watched my videos. He even started naming videos. I've watched the 2K Clear video, and, and I've watched the double stuffed video, and all that stuff, aftercare I'm gonna start using. And I was like, damn, he really watched all my videos. So I was very hugely flattered, and it was the first time ever that somebody had associated me with my actual business on scene, and it just took me aback. It was a really hard day, and I was really exhausted, and I was in the rain, I'm wet, it's cold, and then I got that little tidbit where it really was uplifting. Anyways, let's get into this headlight here. Of course, starting with that P500, and on this side lights here, for some reason, I always say it when I get these vehicles, I'm like, they got some explaining to do, because these side things never go bad. I'm only doing this here to even it out, because the coating on it or whatever, or the outer shell on it is a little roughed up from wear and tear. So I knocked it down a little bit just to give it another seal, but it was crystal clear. Like if it was a headlight, it would not have to be done. But it is a different material. Obviously, it's a lot harder and a lot brittler. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But I believe it might be some kind of standard where the side piece can't be in the front because it's too hard, too brittle, probably a lot more prone to break. As the middle one isn't. It's softer. It's actually the polycarbonate. This stuff here, I don't think it's polycarbonate. It does not go bad in the sun. This car here, he has had many headlight restorations on this, and you know, at the end when he comes out, he told me that they have never came out so good. He says he's had this car since he bought it brand new, which of course was around 2004 or 2003. You know, sometimes cars come out early, and he said that they have never looked so good, not even when he bought it off the lot. As you'll see at the end, they look pretty good. But he's had it done a couple times, and he said it was nothing like that. It was doable, but it was nothing like what I provided for him. But yes, most of the time, those side little lights, they're made out of a different material. You really don't even need to do them half the times. Just this one looks like it hasn't been done forever. So I wanted to hit that up because it was looking pretty rough, and I wanted the headlight to be uniformed. I didn't want this middle piece to be super beautiful and the other part be kind of roughed up on the surface. But as you see, I barely hit it because it doesn't need any work. There's no oxidation. There's no nothing. It just was a little chipped up. So you know, you want to gauge that and in your discretion, but mostly I just tape that off as I would, you know, any other piece that touches the bumper or any kind of surface of the car. I usually tape that off, but with this one I did not. As you see there, the hand sanding with the P800, you know, which is a, you know, a must step in a lot of lights. Most lights are different tone. This one is kind of a, not hard, kind of in between hard and soft. It's about medium. Anything soft to medium, you want to really use this hand sanding technique here. You go back and forth or up and down, you know, horizontal or vertical. You know, you never want to swirl or go, you know, different ways. You only want to go one way, you know, if possible. If you run into a spot where you have to go vertical or change direction, you want to do that. You just want to make sure you go vertical and, you know, horizontal. But, you know, it will definitely smooth some of those striations and, you know, swirls that might be left behind, those micro swirls that might be left behind by the P800. And this will definitely take the rest of it out here. It just makes it easier. It makes it more of a clear output or clear end product. This is a little bit of water, regular tap water with the P3000. The magic pad is truly a magic pad. If you look up, they're extremely expensive. When I started doing headlight restoration professionally and buying in bulk, they literally were about a third of the price they are today's date, because people are starting to catch on that if you're doing headlight restoration, you need these. And the thing with it that's really driving it up, it's the headlight restoration, but there's other factors as well, that this pad works well with other avenues of vehicle restoration. When you're doing paint restoration, when you're, you know, say if somebody spray painted your car, if you were to use one of these on there, you know, you would be doing big things. Like it does a lot of things: scratch removal, paint transfer removal. It's a magic pad. It's many uses beyond headlight restoration. People don't know it. I use it in a lot of my restorations, a lot of things. Anyways, right there is the Windex, and let me backtrack a little bit. With that P3000, they're expensive, but literally you can use one, you know, a minimum of 3 vehicles. You know, sometimes I've had some where, you know, the lights were small enough like this where I've done 5 vehicles with one P3000. Okay, they last a long time. You know, you get a lot of work out of it. But right now on this light, I'm kind of showing out. I'm doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? Because, the guy is a fan, all my customers I treat the same. But it was just, right now I'm just full of myself and I'm like, oh man, I'm going to hook this light up. I'm doing this light the best I can. And, it paid off because, he came out, like I said, and was like, this is the best they've ever looked. They didn't even look like this when I drove off the lot or whatnot. But yeah, he came out a couple times and checked on things or whatever, and he was quiet. And I was like, man, I hope he's satisfied with it. But at the end, I found out that he was extremely satisfied with it. He just didn't want to bother me while I was working. And yes, I am located at a certain spot in the world, of course. I am in California, and that's pretty much as much information as I give out. If you happen to end up running across me or somehow know who I am or what my business is, that's fine, but I don't really give out more information. The buck stops at I'm in California. Just because, don't feel bad, because I got a lot of people messaging me, I got a lot of people emailing me about where you at, I want this, that, but you gotta understand, there are a shitload of crazy people and haters and weirdos out there in the world. I'm not saying that this is you if you want to know where I'm at, but I'm just saying I get a lot of strange messages and I get a lot of, stuff, and I used to try to mingle both of these together. Business and headlight restoration, but then I was getting calls at 3 a.m. from people in Tennessee, and I'm like, hey dude, like it's 3 a.m. here, it's not fucking 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or anything like that. It's like, it's just crazy. And then you get people calling your business phone and like, hey, how do you get the scratches out on the third? I'm like, damn dude, watch the video. This is like my livelihood, this is my life, this is like you're tracking me down and you're finding who I am to call. This is not the platform. Like, why don't you go through the platform? Like me personally, I would never say like, hey, Pan the Organizer, is one of my favorite. Okay, I love Pan the Organizer. I, pretty much, watched all of his videos damn near at one point. And, I would never like try to find out where he is or, dig into his stuff and find out his business and call him and be like, yo, Pan, what up? I need to know this, let me, ask you about this. And it's like, come on, that's rude. That's like, it's crazy, so it's like, you got to go through the proper channels. If I wanted to know something, I would ask him through the YouTube channel. I would not like investigate and find out where the person is or whatever. So if you're out there, know that these people are out there too. So I'm not purposely just shining you on about certain stuff, is I just don't answer certain questions through the channel for my own protection and safety. I got a family and, just certain stuff, I got a business, I got all kind of things going on that, this platform is where to address those things at is. But for the most part, for the new people that watch and the old people that watch and my subscribers and the people that like my channel and even the people that don't like my channel that watch and even the people that are haters, I love you all and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to, watch my channel. Even though I must say that, there are many ways to do it and there's many ways and there's many levels and there's many people that are good at it. I'm one of the best, okay? And my method is one of the best. Okay, as you see, I'm an egghead and I really investigate and study things. I just don't say this is how you do it. I know what it is and what it does, what things are made out of, how to use them, and all these things like that. And I always study and I always practice. And like I said, some people couldn't even tell you, what the, headlight surface is made out of, what the headlight is made out of, what plastic it's made out of, and they do headlight restoration and they swear they know everything, but like, I don't know everything. I know a lot because I put a lot of my life and a lot of my time into headlight restoration, and I wanted to share this with you because when I started, there was just a bunch of boobs putting orange juice on headlights and, spraying, furniture lacquer thinner on headlights so they don't go yellow. Yeah, but they explode in a year from pressure, just stuff like that. If I had somebody like me on, you see my shirt right there? Nice. That's a long sleeve shirt. Nice, very nice. But if I had a Headlight educational channel like this, or a mentor or something like this, when I started, I would be so much better now. I wouldn't have to had gone through so many trials and tribulations and testings and all this stuff. I would have already been done for me. So that's what I want people to benefit from, from this, to kind of know what to expect when you're getting headlight restoration, and to know how to do headlight restoration if you had needed to do it yourself. Okay, I'm not giving up the game, nothing like that. People used to always say, oh my God, you're going to tell people your secrets. Those guys that have these videos and try to hide the can from you and hide I did this to the headlight, that's just corny. I mean, come on, let's be real. Don't you think that's corny, people? I'm gonna hide the can, I'm gonna hide what I use on here, and this and that, and this is what I do. It's like, why are you on YouTube? YouTube is not a flex to be like, oh, look how good I am. Okay, it's not a flex for that. It's to look how good I am, and this is how I became this good, and this is what I'm using and what I'm doing. This is what people wants to know. All right, these guys that get on here and they're like, oh, I'm gonna hide the can and I'll never tell you guys what it is and stuff like that. It's just cheesy. It's like, you're on the wrong platform. It's not, this is YouTube. This is how to do it. This is not just show what you do, per se. That's my opinion. I like to show you guys everything I do, from the rooter to the tutor. I don't pause, I don't stop, I don't this and that. So you can see that it's not fugazi. It's not a fake headlight restoration, which a lot of them are on the internet. Believe it or not, they're doing funny stuff and they're cutting the cameras and all this stuff. They're remixing. As you see, mine goes from beginning to end. I show you everything. Here goes that other side. There goes my whip in the back. There goes the other side. Okay, and there goes this side. I do a full headlight restoration in front of you, so you can see how it's done, so you can know what to do, so you can know what to expect, and then I give you knowledge about it. But check this out. This is my little sunshade. It's like an 8-foot sunshade. I got my little camera post to it. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Got my camera post to it, and this is what's going on. I got my fans going here. It's sprinkling out here. Got my stuff there. Chock full of everything. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all my fans, and I appreciate you if you just took 10 seconds out of your life just to watch a minute of my films. Appreciate it. Thank you.